Kind of a little adjustment here to get the ball back in the 1-3. See that he definitely hit lane 30 better than lane 29.
Like he got in the oil a little deeper, didn't it?
Looks like there's plenty to move into. Dave Arnold, very similar to Dave Houston, goes, not a big hook.
Actually a little straighter than Dave Husted even, and he's more comfortable at this angle than Husted normally is. Husted likes to get in and hook the ball a little bit. Dave Arnold likes to go straight, so he's more comfortable on this extreme angle where he can point the ball up into the oil and have it kind of set up as you saw him do on lane 30 right there.
He's almost playing fallback from 10.
And you can see he's going to a hard, smooth shell bowling ball, stand to the left, use as much of the lane as possible, shoot the spare, hard and straight.
And has it, averaged 230 this week. Scores were big.
Well, take a look at the style here of Dave Arnold. As you can see, he's a classic stylist. A good long push away, lets it swing free from the shoulder. Good balance over the shoulder, right to that point, over the knees, and you can see at the foul line, the perfect balance, the good long follow through. The head was steady all the way through. Looks just like you, Mike.
Nice reaction on that left lane.
Well, that's the one that Husted had the problem with, and again, I think it's very important that we mention that Dave Arnold is much more comfortable at this extreme angle than Dave Husted would be.
Mike Miller is wearing a wireless microphone. We see that he won in match play over Dave Arnold.
Boy, he's got it, Mike.
And on ESPN Radio, it's the 46th NBA All-Star Game, Sunday, February 11th, 6 o'clock Eastern Time from the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas. Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen head up the East, while Charles Barkley and Hakeem Olajuwon lead the West.
I talked to Mike a little earlier, and I asked him, what was important for him today to get going. He says, if I can win that first match, that's going to give me a lot of confidence the rest of the way, because to win today, he's got to win 4 big matches against some very talented people.
He certainly got the ball, though, reacting well.
His wife there giving him a little smile of confidence. You can do it, honey. I know you can. Now, here's a guy who can throw the ball about 22, 23 miles an hour, so he'll just move to the left for this 10-pin and just throw it right over the lane. I mean, it'll just kind of hop, skip, and jump and get down there.
Boom. Dead center. Dave Arnold looking to take the lead in the match for the first time. Another solid 10-pin.
The ball, as you mentioned, it's kind of falling back when it gets to the pocket area, Mike, and maybe that's why he can't carry that 10-pin.
Pretty straight, Earl.
Pretty straight, yeah. Well, here's another look at it. You see the deflection from the ball, and part of that is the reason he's not carrying the 10. The ball is deflecting rather than carrying through. If the ball goes to the right, the pins generally go to the right and around the 10-pin.
Is that why I left so many 10-pins in my career? I'm glad you finally got me straightened out, I'll tell you.
Speed and angle, those are the most important things today for Dave Arnold. The angle he's very comfortable with. I mentioned that already, but ball speed is a real key for him. And to him, right now, he's kind of maxed out on his ball speed. This is just about as hard as he can throw it and still maintain control.
Getting a little more finish on that left lane.
A little sooner, it looks like. It's rolling just a little bit sooner, which means that it's entering at a better angle to strike. Entry angle is so important to strike. You see time after time players all hitting the pocket. One guy shoots 240, the other shoots 190. The difference is the entry angle.
Mike Miller with 11 career 300 games. You think throwing the ball this way, when he hits certain conditions, he'd strike forever.
Build a website you love with Wix. For your words,
and another 10-pin coming in behind the head pin, leaving that 10-pin.
It'll be interesting if he continues to lead the 10. Will he switch back and put his thumb on the ball? Here's another look at that last shot. And again, you can get a look from behind. This is a great angle. See, I can rotate that wrist, cupping the ball in his hand, and get tremendous rotation on the ball. But you better be able to throw hard and control it.
And we did find out between games that he is using a 15-pound ball.
So maybe it should be 14. You said 13. Who knows?
Well, those solid 9s he was leaving the first game. Well, just...
Yeah, his goals are nothing extraordinary, and he's a very talented player. No reason he can't reach them. He wants to bowl 3 to 5 more years as a touring player, win 3 more times. He's already won twice. He wants to win at least 5 titles, and he'd like to average something over $100,000 a year in earnings. There's a little different there, huh?
A little bit light, leaves the 4-pin. Cross lane now at the 4-pin on lane 29. Mike Miller, if he converts, is leading by 7 pins.
These are the spares that you can get careless and miss. Got to be careful that you don't just let it try to hook. Just throw it right at it, just like that.
And he has it. This is Mike Durbin, along with Earl Anthony, coming to you live from the Reno Hilton in Reno, Nevada, for the Reno PBA Open. In our opening match, Mike Miller defeated Dave Houston 215 to 196, and he leads by 7 pins halfway through this match. But Dave Arnold in lane 5, lane 30 of frame 5 takes the lead for the first time.
He and his wife have opened a greeting card business. So for the first time in a long time, Dave Arnold has got a sponsor out here. He used to go on his own. In fact, for the last 3 years, he's been on his own on the tour, spending his own money and earning and keeping what he could. But he put some money in that greeting card business, and now he got a sponsor to kind of cover the bills.
Is his wife his sponsor now? Or
no, it's not his wife.
Oh,
and
okay.
But it might be in the near future, because it looks like they're going to be very successful.
Well, that's the American dream, isn't it? Having your own business. As Dave Arnold gets 3 in a row, it takes a 13-pin lead as we head for the 6th frame. We're going to break right now. Mike Miller will be up in frame number 6 when we come back. Stay with us. And Mike Miller working on a spare, but trails now in the 6th frame by 13 pins. Has to get something going. Hasn't had a strike since the 2nd frame.
Still bowling with his thumb out of the ball, which means he gets tremendous rotation. A lot of hitting power on the back. But he's had trouble carrying, and there's another example of it, the solid 10. We've been speculating, you and I, sitting here while we were away at commercial, wondering if maybe he'd put his thumb back in.
Or as you said, halfway back in.
Yeah, maybe halfway. And they can carry that half 10 then. What do you think?
Half and a half equals 1/10 pin.
That's it. You got it. Here's another look at the style of Mike Miller from the side. You can see that kind of creeps up on him to get started. And watch how he carries the ball on the wrist all the way to this point. Then it starts to open a little bit, but look how he straightens out the elbow. This is where the strength comes in, to keep that ball in the palm of your hand and on your wrist all that time and create the ball speed. You have to be very strong in your upper body.
You know, this game will make you talk to yourself. Mike Miller is wearing a microphone. We're going to try and eavesdrop to we can hear what he's saying to himself.
Another 10-pin. Maybe we won't want to hear what he says to himself.
Oh, man. Sweet.
Well, come on, Michael, make the spare.
Well, he's running out of frames, unfortunately, and he's bowled a tremendous game. The last 5 frames, 9 counts.
Well, he has the spare, but he trails by more now. Trailing by 15 pins right now.
You know, the first 3 tournaments of the year, this being the 3rd, Mike, have all been fairly consistent with the lane condition. Pretty much the same shot. You know, they've been playing outside. And I asked Dave about that, and he's, you know, you missed the first 2 tournaments, and here you are on the telecast in the third tournament of the year. I said, maybe you missed some opportunities there. He says, well, yeah, maybe I did, but no regrets. He says, I was home. I was very happy being home, getting things started in that greeting card business. So, he's happy. He's satisfied.
You can relate to that, can't you?
Yeah, a little bit. I can understand that.
Cross lane at the 2-5. And has the spare. We heard from Miller talking live. We talked to Arnold about whether he's really as calm as he seems.
Yeah, I would say that's the way it is. It's really a way that I try and keep control of my emotions when I'm bowling. I try not to get too excited so that I can prepare myself for the shots to come, one at a time.
And a nice break with the 4-pin falling forward. Dave Arnold maintains a 13-pin lead. Get a look at that pin action.
Yeah, see, the head pin does all the damage. Comes back across, even just the neck of the pin knocked out the 4-pin there, Mike.
That's the old bucket crumbler shot there, Earl.
Got to look at Dave thinking, this is kind of nice. I like this kind of reaction. So she'll get a chance for the big game, 240, and this man has to get it going now, and he did.
Biggest shot of the week coming up for him right now.
You know, last night in the last game of match play, he was sitting on the bench. He had struck out in the 8th, 9th, and 10th for 223, 224. It was up to John Gant. Needed a strike in the 10th to make the telecast, and he missed. That's why Mike Miller's here now. Here we go.
Well, he knows he's still alive. So does his wife.
There's another look at that last shot and the great ball reaction. This time he carried the 9-pin. Watch the 9-pin. If it wasn't for the 3-pin going straight back, he would have left it again.
Arnold leading by 3. And he carries that 10 to go up by 13.
Well, really, David Arnold has his future in his own hands, you might say, because if he were to strike out in the 10th, this match is over. Actually, if he strikes on the first ball in the 10th and gets a good count on the next ball, he would be a winner, but easier said than done, even though on the left-hand lane, lane 29, he's got the best ball reaction we've seen all day.
And he hasn't missed that lane yet. Until now, leaves the 4-pin. Rolled it just a little bit early. Mike Miller sneaks a peek at the score and says, well, I'm still alive.
Still alive, and anything can happen in this game. And remember last time on this lane 29, a little light in the pocket. He tripped out the 4-pin late for Dave Arnold. This time a little bit higher in the pocket, leaves the 4-pin.
What if he made any kind of an adjustment for that light 4-pin?
I think it's automatic. You almost always do. If you have to figure you made a good shot, you came in light, you got to do something to make it a little different. Pin count very important here. Possible 227 with a strike. Mike Miller going right now at a 215 pace with a possible 235. Needs at least 9 here to make Miller get 2 in the 10th to win. 2 strikes in the 10th, that is.
At least 10. 227, very solid professional game by David Arnold. Mike Miller started with 2, got 2 in the 8th and the 9th. He wants to finish with 2 more, and he'll be a winner.
Well, it's all any professional can ask for, an opportunity to win the match in the 10th frame.
Mike Miller has 2 strikes on 30 and 2 on 29. On 30. If he gets number 4, he moves on to face the Duke.
It's a cruel game. You're sitting on the bench. There's no defense in this game. All you can do is watch. Dave Arnold had his opportunity. You got a quick glimpse of him and his reaction basically to the strike by Mike Miller. This one to win the match.
The 4-pin on a good shot.
No, I can stay down.
Well, we heard him. What does that mean, Earl?
I think he just got more of it. He got his hand into that one, got a little more on the ball, and that's not unusual for a guy that likes to hook it, to actually hit it harder at the bottom and overhook it.
Well, Mike Miller comes up just a little